Hello everyone, I am Apurva. In today's video, I'll be walking you through an assignment we were given in college based on one of the core concepts of data structure and algorithm, the stack. We'll explore what a stack is, how it works, and how it can be represented in memory using C programming language. We'll see how a stack can be represented in two ways using static array and dynamic array. Whether you are working on a similar assignment or just brushing upon your DSS skills, the video will help you understand stack operations, the real life applications, and the logic behind their implementation. So let's dive in and get a detailed analysis on the representation of stacks in the memory. Now let us understand what is a stack. A stack is a linear data structure that is used to store values of the same data type in an ordered manner. It follows the principle last in first out, which implies that the data that has been entered last is the data that is removed first. Stacks can be implemented in two ways. First, using static array, which implies that the memory space allocated to it is fixed, and secondly, dynamic array, which implies that the memory space changes according to the data that is to be entered. Stacks are widely used in tasks such as function call management in programming language, expression evaluation, syntax parsing, backtracking algorithms, etc. The LIFO, that is last in first out structure, suits tasks where order of execution and retrieval matter. Now let us understand the static array representation of the stacks. Structure of a static array. Static array are fixed-sized arrays allocated at compile time, making them efficient in terms of access speed. A stack implemented using a static array consists of a predetermined number of elements that cannot be changed at runtime, requiring careful management of the stack size. Static array are fast and simple because fixed memory locations are allocated and the memory allocated are contiguous, which means they are continuous and they are very easy to implement. The disadvantages of static array representation are the fixed space limits the flexibility. Oftentimes it is discovered that due to fixed space, most of the space remains unused and it cannot grow dynamically during the runtime. Now let us understand the static array representation of stack using the codes. First, we are defining a stack. We have declared a global variable max having the value 100. Then we are declaring a structure named stack. The stack structure contains data members, namely data, which is an array and can hold up to 100 items, and the other data member is top, that is used to point towards the last element of the stack. Then we are initializing the stack, which implies that we are setting the value of the top to -1, indicating that the stack is empty. As we know, stack performs three basic operations: pop, push and peek. Pop implies removing the top element of the stack. Pushing implies adding an element to the stack, and peek implies displaying the top element of the stack. Pop. So for the pop, we first check the condition if the stack is empty or not. Hence we compare the value of the pointer top to -1. If it is -1, it implies that the stack is empty, leading to the condition stack underflow. If the condition is false, we remove the element and then decrement the value of top by 1. Then comes push. Push implies inserting the element. For pushing an element, we first check if the stack is full or not. For that, we compare the value of top to the maximum size of the stack, which we have given. In this case, it is max. So we compare the value of top to max -1. If the condition stands true, it implies that the stack is full, leading to the condition stack overflow. If the condition stands false, then we increment the value of top by 1 and add the element to the stack. Peek. Peek implies simply displaying the top element of the stack. For this, we also need to check if the stack is empty or not, hence again comparing the value of top to -1. If the condition is true, it means stack is empty, leading to stack underflow. If the condition is false, then we just Take the value of the top element of the stack using the top pointer. Examples of static array implementation. The static array implementation of a stack can be created using a fixed-sized array where elements are added and removed from the end. The main operation including defining the array, tracking the top index and checking the overflow condition. Now let us understand dynamic array representation of a stack. Structure of a dynamic array. Dynamic arrays are flexible in size and grow or shrink as needed, allocated from the heap at the runtime. This structure allows for efficient memory utilization as they can adjust their size based on the number of elements currently in the stack. When the capacity is exceeded, the dynamic array typically allocates a new, larger array and copies the elements over. Advantages of dynamic array implementation. The size is flexible so it adjusts to the number of elements. The memory is efficiently used and there is no risk of overflow as the memory is allocated depending upon the number of elements. Limitation of dynamic array implementation. It is more complex to implement due to pointer manipulation. It is slightly slower as compared to static array due to non-contiguous memory. Higher memory overhead due to storage of pointers. Let us understand this dynamic array representation of the stack with the help of the code. First, defining a stack. We are defining the keyword max having the value 25. Then we are creating a structure having one data member item and the variable element. Then we are creating a pointer stack of type element. Then we are declaring two global variables, top as -1 and capacity as 1. Then we are allocating the space to the stack using the dynamic memory allocation keyword malloc. Similar to static array, dynamic array also performs the same basic functions like checking if the stack is full, is empty, pushing the element or popping the element. Now let us understand the functions is full and push with the help of the code. Is full. So while checking the is full, we compare the value of top to the maximum capacity which we have assigned initially. To push the element, we first check if the stack is full. If the stack is full, then we dynamically allocate more space to this stack to add the element which we intend. Then we increase the value of top by 1 and add the element to the stack. To resize a stack, we use the dynamic memory allocation keyword realloc, which will reallocate space in the memory depending upon the size which we have provided. The memory allocated can be at the same place or can be different place depending upon the size which we have requested. To check if the stack is empty, we see if the top is less than 0 or equal to -1. If the condition is true, it implies that the stack is empty, leading to the condition stack underflow. To pop the element, first we check if the stack is empty. If the condition is true, then it leads to the condition of stack underflow. Else, we first pop the element and then decrement the value of top by 1. Examples of dynamic array implementation. Dynamic array stacks often involve creating a structure that holds a pointer to the array and an integer for the current size. Operations adjust the array size when necessary, implementing strategies for element copy during expansion. Now let us compare static and dynamic array representation of the stack side by side. Performance analysis. When comparing static and dynamic array implementation, static array offers faster performance as they don't require any reallocation. However, dynamic array can adapt to varying data sizes, providing flexible performance at the cost of potential overhead during resizing. Memory management considerations. Static array utilizes a fixed block of memory at compile time, leading to predictable behavior but potentially inefficient use of resources. In contrast, dynamic arrays allocate memory at runtime, allowing for better adaptability but requiring careful management to avoid excessive memory usage. Use cases for each representation. Static arrays are beneficial in scenarios where the maximum size of the stack is known and fixed, leading to simpler management and faster allocation. Dynamic arrays are preferable in applications with unpredictable data sizes or those that must frequently adjust their stack capacity, such as in certain algorithms or user driven applications. In conclusion, stacks can be effectively implemented using both static and dynamic arrays, each offering distinct advantages and limitations. The choices between implementation should be guided by specific application requirements, including memory constraints and expected data behavior. I hope this video was informative to you and you liked watching it. Thank you.